In this video, we are going to discuss about the referential integrity delete rule. And as you know that when you are using referential integrity delete rule, the delete rules have some sub rules like delete no action, delete restriction, delete cascade, and delete set null. So as you know that delete restriction is by default rule used in SQL, that whenever you are not setting any value while declaration in foreign key, for delete it will set to be restricted. So let us go to our workbench and understand the concept in more detail. So I am at my workbench right now, and you can see that in my workbench I am using the database name DataB, and I am creating one table name EMP with EID as a primary key, ename as varchar, and age as an integer, and I am creating the value table and inserting some values in it. My parent table is being created here right now. Now I can see the data. There is near about 7-8 records I have inserted. Now it's a come time to declare for child table, and I'm creating a table name department which is referring to the table name EMP, and as it is in a child table it must have a foreign key. So I'm declaring here a foreign key named EID, which EID is an integer field. It's an integer field in a table EMP, and its data type is of similar type, and they are related to each other with a common field name EID. So when I am declaring a foreign key, I just write foreign key EID references EMP EID, but here I have to use the rule of delete cascade. As you know that when we are working in a SQL, it happens that one table is related to each other, and there is referential integrity rules. It's made for the purpose that whenever any updation or deletion or any modification in database occurs, so it affects to all the tables as such. And there are certain conditions and rules so that the consistency of data should be maintained. So here I am going to introduce the rule of delete cascade. It means that whenever I am deleting the data in parent table, it will get deleted automatically in my child table. That is, if I am deleting one row in table number parent table in EMP, then that row will be deleted in the child row. So for introducing this table, I have to define the delete cascade. So in order to define the delete cascade, I have two methods. First method is that I define the delete cascade at the time of creation of the child table. So here I am using this method. I have just write delete foreign key EID references EMP ID, and I will write on delete cascade. And after writing this, I close the bracket and run the query, and you can see that my table is being created, and my delete cascade rule is applicable. You can see here while I go to the department and alter table, in the foreign key here there data EMP, you can see that on delete cascade is visible to you. So this is way how we have introduced the delete cascade over here. I just insert some data in it, insert into department values, and I'm just writing some department D101, and I'm just writing department sales, and I'm writing the number 1, and I'm just closing and running this query. Now I want to see that whether this delete cascade is working or not. I just write delete from EMP where EID equal to 1, because EID 1 I have deleted in this table also. So once you can just see that whether it is deleted or not. Before it, you can just see about the table what is present in my department. So I just write select star from department, so you can find that this thing is present in my table. So you can see the department having a field name DID, dname EID with 1, and right now I am deleting it from the employee table, delete from EMP EID. So I'm just deleting it. My record is deleted, so when I go over and select from EMP, I see that record number 1 is already being deleted here. Now I want whether this update is happening in department or not. I just run this query in department, and I find that there is no record present at all. So this is way how we have just used to define the delete cascade at the time of the definition of my foreign key in the child table. Now we will go and learn how can we alter the table if the table already being defined and we have not declared delete cascade at the time of creation. In order to alter the table, we have to drop the foreign key, so for which I just do one thing. First of all, in order to understand this concept, I am dropping this table. So I'm just dropping this table. I'm just dropping both the tables. Okay, I'm dropping both the tables so that it's very clear to you. I'm dropping one more table EMP again, and I'm again creating these tables. I'm creating this table. I've created the table EMP, and while the creation of table E department, instead of writing on delete casted, I remove and I just create a simple table here. So I have created and insert a value in it. Okay, you can see that select from department, I have department D101 sales 1, and in EMP I have 7 records, in which one Rakesh Singh is EMP number present. Now what I want to do, I want to alter the table. So in order to alter the table, I have to drop the key. So I will first drop the foreign key. So I write alter table department and drop constant. Drop constant, and I just copy the constant from the alter table. I go to the department, alter table, the foreign key, and in foreign key I just copy this foreign key constant name, and I just drop this constant to drop the foreign key, and I'm run this query. And now I will add foreign key here. I will here add alter table department, add foreign key, EID, references, EMP ID, on delete cascade. In this way, I have just added the foreign key with delete cascade option. Now I can just do one thing. I just want to drop the key number 101 sales from the table. You can see it can be dropped very easily. I just write delete from EMP where EID is equal to 1, and I just select from EMP. 1 is dropped. I select from the department and I will see that the 1 key is dropped already. The no key is present over here. So I hope so you understand that how we can alter the table using delete cascade, or how can we define delete cascade at the time of the creation of table. So you can understand that whenever we are using the delete cascade in referential integrity, it is that the parent row record is deleted. When we delete the record from the parent table, the record of parent table get deleted and the child table will also get deleted automatically, and we declare the delete cascade at the time of declaration of the table, or we can alter the table. So I hope so this video is very interesting for you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe.